I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
This is radio for the revolution at ronpaulradio.com.
Sounds like Vegas.
What's up, y'all? You're back. I love the music, it's waking me up. Need that. Okay, I just want to say real quickly, we are running a promotion this month called Inflate This. For every donation of $20 or more, we will send donors their very own Ron Paul blimp from our sponsors at ronpaulblimps.com. So donate to Ron Paul Radio at ronpaulradio.com/support, and then head over to ronpaulblimps.com to get your own promotional blimps to fly the message of liberty in your town. All right, we're back with Aaron. You on the line?
All right, I'm here.
All right, let's go ahead and take it off from where you left.
Okay, so where I was trying to get to is, ultimately we had some Ron Paul supporters that were there that were not on the same page with everybody. And this was really important. We got in contact with as many people ahead of time as we could to let them know what our plan was. And we even printed out some little cards that had our agenda for the caucus and how we were planning on voting. And we had a Plan A and a Plan B. Plan A was the Ron Paul slate. It was 100% Ron Paul delegates. In order for that to pass, we had to have 50%, and we knew we didn't. Plan B was to try to negotiate a deal with Romney. Since we didn't have 50%, that's what we needed to do. So we did that, and when it came to time to nominate slates before we voted on them, we nominated, we called it the Beat Obama slate, hoping that we would, draw in votes from both sides.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. But so we nominated that slate, and then some Ron Paul supporter that did not like that, he stood up, and nominated the Ron Paul slate after we had already made the agreement to split the delegates with Romney. And when he did that, that really jeopardized things because the Romney team started scrambling. They were upset. They looked at us like we broke our word.
Yeah.
And it was real close to going back to the same situation in Clay County where Romney and Santorum made a deal and left us out of it.
Hey, you should have told him, you know what? You're used to your candidate breaking their word. I don't know what's wrong with it now. But go ahead.
And so, luckily we were able to talk to the Ron Paul supporter that nominated the Ron Paul slate and get him to withdraw his nomination. Otherwise, it would have caused real problems, and we could have walked away with nothing. So it really is important for everybody to be on the same page. There's some people out there that have a problem with sharing delegates. That they think it's like we're compromising our ideals. I just want to let everybody know that's not true. This isn't a situation where it says, I'll let you guys audit the Federal Reserve as long as you vote for the NDAA. It's not a compromise like that. It's a compromise of, okay, we need to split these delegates up somehow, and we don't have a majority, so let's split them with somebody. It seems to me like a pretty straightforward concept, but it is. Everybody's on the same page there. So
yeah, it makes a lot of sense with that because if we have a couple of Ron Paul supporters or even just one, like you said, look what just one did or could have done, and that could have jeopardized. I mean, that can make a big difference. Who knows how many delegates you guys got could make a difference at the convention. So that is great, and we need to encourage everybody out there that, look, these people out here that are voting for Santorum and Romney, some of them are part of the 1%. Some of them know what's going on, but a lot of them are just doing what the media tells them. And if we, be kind, be polite, talk to them, you never know. I mean, these are always opportunities where you could have won some Ron Paul supporters that day, or maybe later on at the convention. You never know. So we also got to look at it like that these people, if we have a broker convention, they're capable of switching over to Ron Paul. So we want to make sure that we're working with everybody, we're being kind, being polite, and like you said, if we got the majority, hey, there's no reason to work with anybody. That's what this is. This is a game to win. But like you said, if we got to play a chess game, we got to work it out. We just got to put our heads together because we shouldn't be getting zero anywhere. Not with Ron Paul support. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I completely agree. And like you said, one person. We were in a situation in Missouri where we were real close, neck and neck with Santorum as far as who had the most delegates in the state of Missouri. You know, the previous weekend, we won St. Louis City, we won Columbia, where the University of Missouri is, we won Springfield. So we had already won, you know, the biggest cities in Missouri, and Santorum was doing really well in the rural areas, but we were neck and neck. And so essentially our caucus was pretty much the deciding factor in who wins the state of Missouri. So this one person, if they could have made the Romney people mad enough to break our deal and go make a deal with Santorum, that one person could have been the deciding factor whether or not Ron Paul wins Missouri. So that's huge. You know, when we talk about your vote doesn't count.
I know, that's very
huge. Your vote
huge.
counts. One person could have decided a whole state. So.
Was it hard for some of you guys to convince him, or was it pretty easy after once he understood, or once you guys broke it down?
Well, we kind of had he didn't really have a choice, and the reason that was is because we were in physical possession of the Ron Paul slate.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a slate. So if he would have walked in and had his whole slate, a list of delegates ready to go right there, it would have been a different story. But he essentially nominated a slate that didn't exist. So we forced him to withdraw his nomination, and we were able to go talk to the Romney leadership and let them know, hey, everything's okay. We got this off the table. And we're going to be fine. When that happened, actually, another kind of twist to it is the Santorum supporters. They were happy when that guy nominated that Ron Paul slate, because then it would split the vote, and likely Santorum might have had to take it on his own if they didn't strike a deal with Romney. So they were pretty upset. And so actually a Santorum supporter got up, and after the guy withdrew his nomination, he re-nominated the Ron Paul slate. So, of course, that was an invalid nomination as well. So we were able to, work our way out of that, and ultimately we won more delegates than everybody else.
Now, the Ron Paul supporters you're talking about, they had a little issue with it. They weren't in contact with you guys prior, and that's why, right? That's why you're saying it's really important.
That was a big reason. That's why it's so important that you get in contact with every Ron Paul supporter.
Yeah, if you're a Ron Paul supporter out there and you're not in contact or you're not involved, and when you plan on it, or you know you're going to go out and vote or be part of delegates, you got to get in contact. Last night, that's what we were doing after UCLA. All of us were tired. It was a long day. People were volunteering, but we were there till like 2 a.m. and people talking about what we got to do, what we got to get done. So, yeah, you got to be motivated. You got to come together. And like Aaron's saying, he's giving us a perfect example of that.
Yeah, the easiest way, if you're listening and you have not been in contact with the organizers or your county coordinator, go onto Facebook. And, for example, if you live in L.A., go to look for Los Angeles for Ron Paul and join that group, or request to join that group, and those people will probably be able to direct you or take you in the right direction. So make sure you do that. Don't just think everything's okay and just show up for the caucus. It's really important that we plan and that you know exactly who's planning on being there, who's not. It's really critical to be organized here. If you don't walk in organized, you have nothing.
Yeah, and with Ron Paul going everywhere under the sun, I mean, he was the reason why we were able to get so many people. So if you're in another state and Ron Paul's going to come speak with you, that is the perfect time right there to, when Ron Paul comes, to get everybody together, get them registered. All right, but it looks like it's time for a break. When I come back, we'll also have another guest interview with Rick Williams for Senate. All right, you're listening to
I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to take off. So.
Okay, Aaron, no problem.
Okay, talk to you later. All right, bye.